Hi everyone, Ryan here. Hope you're all well. Bringing you another drum lesson, and today's topic of the day is up-tempo jazz, and in specific the ride cymbal technique. So yeah, this is a difficult style of music, and as the tempo increases, we can no longer muscle out each note, especially once the tempo gets past, say, 240, 250, and beyond. So I'm going to show you one technique that I found really useful, and it's really helped me, and it makes it a lot simpler to play up-tempo jazz and a lot less tiring. So let's get into it. So this technique is very similar to the throw catch technique. Now, if you haven't seen my throw catch video, I'll put a link up here and you can check that one out. But I'll go over some of the similar concepts today. So essentially what we want to do is the fulcrum is going to be the third finger, or the middle finger, and your thumb. So this is where the stick can pivot around. So this is going to be using the fingers and the wrist, and they're going to work together to create three motions from the stick. Okay, so the first thing to get used to this technique is we need to get comfortable playing free strokes in French grip. So the middle finger is still the fulcrum, and the pointer finger is just acting as a guide. But the stick is pivoting around this middle finger here. This way. So what we want to do is relax our fingers, and we're going to throw the stick down, and we want to let the stick come back. So let's have a go at that. So we're not using any muscles or any parts to bring the stick back up. That's purely happening from the rebound of the cymbal, and it will kick your fingers out like this. So I'd recommend looping this for a while. You want to do this for 5 or 10 minutes a day for a couple of weeks or something like that. Just use it as a warm-up. I like to use this as a warm-up sometimes, and I find it gets your fingers nice and warm for a practice session, so you could do that. So the next step we want to do is closing the stroke. So when we're in this position, we're now going to use the fingers to close the stick and get another stroke on the ride cymbal. So you can start here with the stick pointing upwards, and then close our fingers. Okay, so now we want to put both of these together. So we're going to go throw down, let the stick come back, and then we're going to snap our fingers. Okay, so let's have a go at that. Okay, so now we can start practicing doing this in constant motion. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now we want to get the third note. So this is not useful right now. It seems like it because we're just getting 2 notes. We want to get 3 for the ride cymbal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to throw down, and then we're going to let the stick bounce. So we're going to throw down and let the stick bounce for the second stroke. So we're just letting gravity take over and letting that stick get a second note for free. Now you'll notice I'm stopping the stick from doing a third stroke. If I let it go on forever, it would do this. So we want to grab the stick after we hear that second note. So I'm doing that by just a little bit of tension with the back of my thumb, and I'm just pulling the stick back a little bit to stop it from falling down. Okay, so once we can do the bounce after a throw and getting a second note for free, we add the third stroke, which is the catch or the snap, to pull it back up. So it'll look like this. So this is all the technique that you need to play fast up-tempo ride cymbal. So we want to practice this, and it's more about really getting the motion of this smooth before you increase the speed. Because if you're not doing the motion right, the faster you get, the more that little thing that you're not doing right will make it harder to play the ride cymbal and get those notes out. So we really want to focus and make sure that we're going throw and catch, throw and catch. And once we can feel that this is working for us, then we can start increasing the tempo. So for each of these demonstrations, I'm going to be playing 16th notes, 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and against the click. But if we were playing jazz and we had quarter notes and eighth notes and you're counting in a tune like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the speed will actually be double what we're practicing. So for example, 100 beats per minute. So while we're going to be playing da-ga-da, 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 in jazz, we would actually count this, and this would be on the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ding, digga, 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 ding. So I just wanted to clarify the metronome markings in case there was any confusion there. So we're going to start at 40 beats per minute and work our way up. So let's have a go at that. And so on and so forth, increasing the tempo. Now, I'd recommend increasing the tempo in increments of 5. I know I was going up in 20, but I just wanted to demonstrate without wasting your time going through a bunch of different tempos. So I hope you find this technique useful. Throw and catch, throw and catch. So really spend some time practicing. You can practice this on a practice pad. Often I'll do that when I'm not at the drums. And you can just practice throw and catch, nice and slow. And then when you bring it back to the ride cymbal, you'll find that you have a lot more bounce and facility and control with your wrist and fingers. So increasing your finger speed will also help a lot with this because you've got to really snap, so you need the strength of your fingers. Once the tempo gets a lot faster, the snap needs to be a lot quicker and stronger. So I've done a video on finger technique. I'll link that up here as well. So check that out if you haven't, and hopefully that'll help you as well. Now, one bonus for you to add is adding some quarter notes in. So what we can do is we can play quarter notes and have this as our bass, and then add a throw and catch in there. So it'll sound something like this. So this is a great thing to do when the tempo gets really fast, is just play quarter notes and you don't have to play every single 2 and 4 a dig-a-ding, 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 dig-a-ding. It's obviously a goal and we want to be able to do that, but you might start here and play some quarter notes and then play your 3 notes in between. So it could sound something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can be a useful thing when the tempo gets really fast to help break away from doing your 3 notes in a row. Just play some quarter notes to space it out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please hit like, subscribe, and turn bell notifications on so you don't miss another drum lesson. If you have any questions, comments, or you'd like me to make any lessons, drop them below and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week for a new drum lesson.